All right, welcome in everyone to week 7 of OSL. We have just one game on, and this is Adolescents versus Forsaken, with the sets of Blight, Ghoul, and the Dark Lord. Blight being Adolescents pick, which will be seeing Gestrix on the Blight, and then Ghoul, which is Forsaken's pick. So I think that might be, I think it's boosted playing that killer. So I'm very keen to see a Ghoul set. And then yeah, tiebreaker Dark Lord on the Wretched Shop. So sorry about that. DBD just being the perfect game that it is. Just joking, this game sucks, but we did have a server issue on the side of Gestrix, so that is going to be a no fault restart. Obviously, I don't know the rules around builds and stuff. I assume they can change their builds if they need to. But we are going to be loading back in. Was a pretty good start for Gestrix in that last game, getting a pretty early tag. But the game is the game. DVD is just how it is. Spaghetti coding and stuff like that. But we are going to be rushing down to the bot side of the map. And we do have a pretty funky build here first. We've got corrupt intervention, eruption, pop goes the weasel, and is that Wretched Fate that I see
Same.
as well? Yeah. So I think Wretched Fate is a hex totem one
Correct.
thing, right? It makes the obsession do things slower. Let's put it simply.
Bang! December getting clapped again! Oh, that is so unfortunate. Trying to hide in that pallet, but not quite being able to get a throw down. Sorry to cut you off there, man. I know you wanted to speak about Wretched Fate, but we've got a chase going on in our hands here. We see the chase being taken to main, which I'm pretty sure is where all the open gens are, and dying right at the front. Pretty smack bang in the middle of the map. So Gestrix has free reign to hook practically anywhere, but I think Gestrix wants to take this to a top side forever. It did look like there was a fair bit of gens down that bot side of the map as well. As we rush back down there, we know someone's definitely going to be jumping on one of these generators. I think there was an open one in mid from what I remember at the start, but we're just doing a little bait and swing, going down the bottom, see if anyone's running in for that save, really quick unhook, and then just coming back. Nice little bait there from Gestrix, but unfortunately no one has taken the bait. I dare say these guys just want to be sitting on generators, trying to get as much progress as they can, considering the fact that was a very fast down. Kind of want to be 2-splitting gens while that person goes in for the save, or maybe even 3-spinning gen and go in for that last second save. And we do see who's this here? Zeki getting a tag. That's so unfortunate. That's not really what you want. You don't really want to be giving away tags while there's someone on the hook. We do see that underhook coming in the background. Shaq Pallet getting thrown instantly, but we do have 5 rushes up, trying to cut Zekia from the pallet, but unfortunately not happening. Getting that pallet stun, but I don't even think we make it here because Gestrix only used 1 rush, but we're just playing around this tree, and unfortunately that is going to be the down onto Zeki.
This is Gestrix is kind of going crazy right now. This is a really good start for him. He's in a really good spot, and I think him deciding to, not go back to December on the hook there was a really good decision in my eyes. All of his gens are down at the bot side, so getting a hook there is massive, and he's playing super aggressive. I mean, with this build you kind of have to. You got to go and kick your gens, get that eruption and pop going, but he is going to be getting a tag onto December here. It is already hooked survivor here, so he can commit to this and make December our tunnel out. Getting that tunnel out as soon as possible is super important if you want to get a really high result, and December going to be jumping in the locker here to avoid the rushes here, but unfortunately doesn't have too much else to really play with. Going to be going down edge map on the top side of the map. You do see Zeki does get unhooked and does get reset as well. So now Gestrix can kind of play around his tunnel out and hook in this 3-gen. His chases have been super, just short as hell. He's very confident in his abilities on Blight. His mechanics are very good, so I think he'll be able to get this tunnel out onto December pretty easily with just how the way he's been playing. So he can kind of just play around these 3-gens. We see boosted our decisive and dead hard player coming up for the unhook. We do have Zeki working on a generator on the other side of the map as well. I do assume that means that Weary is our Deliverance player. Yes, we do see the gens. The gens are cranking, so that's good. We're sitting on gens, and Boosted is probably going to choose the last minute pull this on December while Zeki and Weary get that gen progression. So At least they do have Deli up in this game. I think last week there was a Deliverance player was the tunneler, unfortunately, but I think that was not on Forsaken's side. But we do see that gen pop over at 9, I think it is, on the bot side of the map. But I think, oh god, we get the unhook. We get the unhook in Gestrix's face. That is insane. And now we're going to be just, whoa, we missed the swing onto Booster here. That is insane. And I think December has kind of just gotten away. No, we've just found him again. I thought he would have made a bit of distance up the map, but that is going to be losing the 50-50, unfortunately, and is going to be going down. And a death at 3 gens is really good tempo for Gestrix, but no, we come in for a flashlight save! Bang! And Champions of Light as well, so that means he's going to be hindered for a little bit, and now December can kind of try and just lug his way down to the bot side of the map, but no, unfortunately, Gestrix not going to let a flashlight save hinder him. But we do see Boosted is here for the pallet save, but no, he does get found. That would have been crazy if we got the pallet save after the flashlight save as well.
FTP!
FTP! Does anyone,
someone got me an FTP!
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ST, bro. Or ATP. Oh. No, did you just see what happened to Boosted there? I think he just lost that 50-50 a little bit, eh?
You hate to see it.
You hate to see it. And...
oh, bang!
Wait! Unbreakable picks up the pallet, drops it, and now we're going back to main, baby. We're trying to make this death hook last as long as possible, but he ain't got nothing to work with. He's already thrown these like mid-filler pallets, and that is Boosted on the pickup as well. I mean, we're stalling. We're using our last chase as long as possible. You know, Boosted playing around with your team, a nice little thing to do, but unfortunately, just getting caught though. Gestrix just knowing. He's a knower. We all say Mo knows, but I think Gestrix knows more. And we see another survivor on towards this 3-sided map, and I'm pretty sure this is our Deli player, Weary. More than likely going to be found here. I was going to say very good stealthing, but we'll just get caught at this Z-wall sensation is what I want to call it, because I don't even know what it's called, but Gestrix just getting caught a little bit on these walls, not quite able to bounce around in there, but unfortunately there's no pallet here, as we know it's already been dropped from December. We're just going to take that tag, use this pallet just to try and make chase last as long as possible, but I don't think Weary's going to be making it anywhere for much longer. We do drop this pallet in the bot mid, just bouncing, waiting for the vault, and that's exactly what happens, and that's going to be Weary eating the dirt, and we're just going to be checking these generators over towards the bot. So we do see another generator up the top area. I think that was getting popped, but we've also found Boosted here, who's working on a generator injured, and that's just going to be another down. Gestrix is just getting tag after tag, down after down. He's playing very, very aggressive, like you said before, and it's working out in his favor. Sometimes, you know, it won't work out in your favor if you play aggressive and play very barbecue stacky. It doesn't work out, but for Gestrix, it has. You know, he left his tunnel, hooked someone else, went straight back and found his tunnel again, and was able to quickly get the December out of the game. They have popped 3 generators, but you know, this is your tier 1 or S tier killer, however you want to say it. It is that killer. So Zeki doing a good job here, just kind of hiding. We do know where he is Deli, so that gives them a little bit of time to do something. Eventually, Gestrix will have to hook one of these survivors. Zeki can low-key just do nothing right now and just kind of get them like back into the game a little bit more. And I think Gestrix might know one of these survivors has to be Deli, because they were the ones doing the unhooks. As you know, he found Zeki earlier, and Zeki would not have been able to get the unhook, or wouldn't even have Deli. So dare say Gestrix is kind of going to wait around here until Weary does unhook himself and use his Deli. Or, you know, or I'm wrong and he's just going to go straight up the top of the map and try and find Zeki. If he finds Zeki here, it is big problems. I think Zeki should try and maybe get the pick up onto Boosted, so then that way they have a little bit more team effort on the map. Boosted, as we can see, has been crawling, trying to get as far away from this hook that Weary is on as possible. And then we take the pick here. We're just going to hook straight away. Dare say Weary's going to be taking that Deli, and that's exactly what happened. Taking that Deli, trying to get out of here. Gestrix is probably just going to rush towards that sort of top mid area to try and cut Weary off. We know there's no Shack pallets probably been common, so we're more than likely just holding W to the top side of the map. But even though we're holding W to the top side of the map, there is nothing over here. It's all been thrown. I dare say there's going to be a very, very fast chase, and we know Zeki has to go in for that unhook, which means Zeki's not doing anything, which means there's no gens being progged. And even with that 15-second BT, this is as far as where you can get. Are we going to go for the pickup? We do go for the pickup, and we do see that unhook happen in the background. And I think as we saw the little survivor icons, we're kind of just splitting away, not really going for any resets or anything like that. Maybe just try and get as much pressure on the board as generator, but we're trying to get one more done, because, you know, a 4K1 is more tiable than a 4K2. Or, you know, a 4K2 is an easier win than a 4K3. So hopefully, maybe we can get one more generator done. But we do catch out Boosted, who is injured and is going to be hitting the dirt any second now, as we do have our rushes, and that is exactly what happens. These guys are spelling problems right now, Mayo.
Yeah, Gestrix is just playing out of his mind right now, mind controlling these survivors into his hands. He's just playing super insane, and I mean, it would be tough for Forsaken, as well as they are going to be, they are on ping, given it's a CA team, so they'll be sitting around 140 to 180 ping for most, unless you're in WA. It's I think it's a little bit less. But we do find Zeki here as our last survivor, unable to stealth out Gestrix here, so that's unlucky. But I don't think it would have changed the result if she did stealth it out, unless someone just went on a crazy chase and they got another gen done. But, you know, 4K2 is definitely a very plausible effort from Gestrix. It is crazy, but it is still doable for, I believe it'll be Weary playing the Blight, so we saw him get 4K1 last week, but I think Adolescents just got this in the bag, if I'm so honest. I mean, yeah, I mean, Adolescents is kind of crazy, you know? This was their pick, so I can guarantee probably the Survivor side is going to be very confident and absolute juices, so it's probably going to be very hard for Weary to make this, but it's only the first set. It is their pick. They still have Ghoul to kind of lock in and bring this back. There was some good moments in this set as well, on the side of Forsaken. You know, we saw the flashlight save into the unbreakable pallet save. I think if that, you know, last chase of December lasted a little bit longer and he got to a better position, it probably would have been a much different result, but you know, it's just unlucky, I guess. But, you know, we are going to be taking a short little break while we set up the next game for you all, so we'll be back very shortly.
Alrighty, gamers, welcome back to the first set of our Adolescents versus Forsaken. We just saw Gestrix set a dominating result of a 4K2. Now, Weary has to meet that either for a tie, or he has to try and beat it as a 4K3 win con. Can't say that's going to be easy. I mean, we do have a very tough team we're going against. I'm pretty sure I know they're coming forth in their group stage at the moment. Adolescents, that is. So they are pretty dominant in the series at the moment. You know, they do have a fairly decent lineup of survivors as well. We all know that. We all see them around. You know, we got that Ivy. We got, of course, Gestrix, and, you know, so on and so forth. I can't remember who exactly is playing, but regardless, we're going to be seeing them on the screen anyway, and then I can yap about their names when I see them, because I've got a brain like a goldfish, and I just forgot instantly as soon as I saw their names. But here we go. We've got Weary on the Blight, going in, getting into his rushes straight away. I thought I just saw someone in mid, but that would be crazy. I do see someone at main, and oh, very early hit onto no score here. That is perfectly exactly what Weary wants, and we're locally just running to nothing. Team, that's a very, very fast down here. Do we see someone coming in for maybe a pallet save? I did see someone over here earlier, but no, unfortunately not happening. That's a very fast down, exactly what Weary wants. This is the kind of start that Gestrix had. This is kind of the momentum that you need to try and meet that 4K3 win con, and these survivors aren't even ready to get on the generators yet, but we do have someone already stealthing for this save. We've got Ivy up here at the top side of the map, ready for that unhookery, and we've got the other two that sprinted right down to the bot side of the map trying to get on those generators. We do know they like to touch these generators. We've got a little bit of a different build here on the killer side. We've got Ruin over the Wretched Fate. We do have that Ruin gone. Psych, we don't even have that bang! Through the pallet. That's where that ping comes in. Unfortunately, Thomas getting tagged there. This allows Weary to kick the generator and go straight back to the hook. I dare say that unhook's going to be happening, and it's happening right as I about to say it. They always do it just before I get to say it. It's so unfair. We're trying to get the reset off, but I don't know if it's going to be happening. We do. We get the reset off, but unfortunately, the tag comes through anyway. No score. Getting tagged. Can no score last a little bit longer here? If we go down too fast, it's not going to spell... That's not going to spell good things for the teams. We're going to try and find something to work with. No score, just kind of getting lost here, not really having anything towards that 10 side with that massive ass hill being there. We're trying to play around this Phillip pallet at the side of main, and unfortunately, that's not happening. We're getting ticketing 2-tapped almost, and just going straight down, but we have DS! Oh, we have got DS in our back pocket, and we use that. Gonna be going all the way to 11, trying to play around this filler tile here. There's not really much else that Nose can really run to after we've used this. Maybe we've got the Dead Heart in the background. I know, you know, people like to use different things, and bang, we get a nice little stun here. Just playing for our lives right now, trying to blind the killer. We blind the killer. We got that, what's it called, man? Champions of Light, and we... you know, get a little bit of slower here, and we're just going to be running into the little basement area, but not quite basement, because basement is always at Shack. Guys, if you didn't know that, we have an offering that allows basement to go to Shack, and that is going to be the down onto no score. A nice chaser, I will say. I dare say they've got a little bit of progress on to 2 generators on that bot side, and we've got a bit of progress on the top side generator. I think Gestrix was running up, maybe going to play for an FTP here on no score. I didn't quite see his perks, because I was yapping and looking at other things that wasn't here, and no, I'm kidding. Oh wait, no, I'm not kidding. I'm right. Yes, Gestrix does have that FTP, and we'll be playing for that FTP onto no score. And I reckon Thomas is going to finish the generator, wrap for the generator that Gestrix is on, and they're going to try and get these gens done. We do see the unhook happening, the FTP come through. We do see the smack on the ground onto Gestrix. No score's got to chase for his life here. We do have this mid area to work with. I'm so sorry, Maya. How about you have a little bit of a yap here in the chase?
No, you pop off, twin. You're cooking. No, I love listening to it. It's great. But this is Weary has been playing super well for the win con that he has to get. Like, this is looking very good in his favor. But you know, the survivors only need to pop 3 gens for that win con, so they just need to, you know, get their fingers in the motors and just do them gens. But we do have Thomas and Gestrix on the ground, but we have lost our tunnel out onto no score, so that's going to hurt a little bit for Weary here. But as I say it, we just found him, so we are going to be continuing our tunnel out onto no score. These other guys just need to crank those gens. We see Ivy is working on a gen. This other gen here did have a lot of progress as well, so they honestly don't even need to reset at this point. If this chase can last long enough, they can, you know, get those next 2 gens popped. But we're going to be trying to get this tunnel out as soon as we can onto no score here. And we see Thomas coming in, you know, just to assist with the tunnel out. Oh no, he's gone. Oh no, he's doing a gen. Oh, we're just doing the gen. Yeah, we just need to pop these gens. That is all we need to do. And I don't think Weary can commit to this for much longer. He knows that Gen has a lot of progress. He has so many resources at the side of the map, and this is exactly the chase that you need. You know, those first 2 chases with no score, it, you know, was a bit rough, but this is definitely bringing it back for the team. And we see that 3rd gen being popped in the background. So this is Tycon at the moment, and we already see Ivy working on another gen too. So Weary needs to get this down fast, like now. Like right now, and he does, and he is going to be getting that hook. And now this is going to be really hard for Weary to kind of maintain these gens, because if 1 more gen pops, that's just win for Adolescents. Sorry, so it is going to be the death onto no score, and now Weary just has to play this super smart and super, you know, aggressive, just trying to push them off of these gens. He doesn't have access to Ruin anymore. They got cleansed pretty early, so that would have helped him out a lot if he still had it up, but they got rid of that very, very quickly. And as you can see, Fizz, this, you know, gen situation is very doable for these survivors. We've got 1 at 3 over here at the top side. We've got 1 kind of bot mid of the map, and we have 1 at 9. I mean, he can kind of patrol these 2 gens. I don't even know where the other gen is. I think it's maybe like 11 corner or something like that. Oh no, it's at main. But this is honestly super doable for Adolescents here. We are all healthy and fully reset. And these guys are just going to be playing this slow. You don't need to rush this at all, really. All you need to do is pop 1 gen, maybe more. I think they probably want to go for hours. That'd be amazing. We are going to be finding Ivy here, who is going to be taking this chase at this top side of the map, playing very patiently around this this palette, and this is our Deliverance player too, so this is kind of the ideal person that you want to be chased right now on the side of Adolescents, because, you know, it's just other survivors don't have to do anything to get the unhook, they can just stay on the gens. But Ivy doesn't have a lot of resources here. Gonna be running away from these active generators, doing a nice little dodge, little weave from Ivy here, absolutely cooking right now, and going to be laying around the shack window. Doesn't have shack pilot to, you know, have access to, but that is going to be the down. But this is honestly, that was a really good chase, and we have Deliverance as well. We see the Eruption Proc in the background, but these guys just do not care. Look, you can see the aura just doing the gen, like, yep, we're getting this gen done. Yeah, but there's nothing you can do about it. So I don't even think Weary can get to that gen in time. That main gen has probably got a lot of progress now. We're going to be kicking this gen, but probably not the gen you really want to be checking right now. Yeah, that's going to get done. Oh no, he's going to be getting off it. That's honestly fine as well. We get a nice stun from Geshrix here. And Weary probably should have saved. He used his pop on the gen at bot mid instead of this one. Kind of a odd choice, but you know, I think he's kind of a bit too far behind for. It's just going to happen. You know, inevitably this gen is going to pop. We see Ivy already working on another gen too, so they've just got so much pressure right now, Fizz.
Yeah, I mean, these guys just know how to put their fingers in motors and get cranking, and you know, it doesn't even matter if where he goes to the other side of the map and pops his generator, they're going to get that generator in mid done anyway. So, you know, Geshrix can just low-key chase for his life and never go bang. We do see that generator pop in the background, that is the win for Adolescents. But regardless, you know, like you said, they're probably going to try and play for some outs. You know, it's just what you do. You play for the best possible result you can get, even though you have already won. A little unfortunate that where he didn't use his pop on that main generator. Like you saw Homie working on it, and you know he's a lot further away. So of course there's going to be more progress on it than that one in mid, considering the fact you hooked little bro in mid. Sorry, but you know, it's just. Sometimes people get nervous when they play a competitive scene or in a competitive setting, and you kind of get lost in the sauce and not really sure what you should or shouldn't be doing. You know, we see that unhook come through in the background. We see Thomas here trying to get a rush through this little thing, but unfortunately just like not quite skinny enough to get through there, just back bumping on things. You know, blight changes, them being hitboxes a lot thicker, so can't quite get it. Ooh, very ambitious swing there from Weary. Hopefully trying to hope for that ping hit to come through. Trying to do a little bit of a crouch check, not happening. Thomas is getting hit. I think we commit to this one because that's, you know, our fresh hook survivor, but no, we actually go back to the other survivor that is at main, and that is Geshrix. Geshrix is full health, so that's kind of like a bad call in my opinion. What are we trying to do? Go for another tunnel out? Don't really need to go for another tunnel out here. You just want to try and get as many freshes as you can, but regardless, or maybe we're trying to go for a little bit of an ego chase. You know, get Geshrix out of the game. Geshrix is the win con now. It doesn't matter if we, you know, we get all our freshes, but here we go chasing Geshrix over here. This is a wall over here, and ooh, using all 5 of our rushes. Weary just not quite able to get Geshrix. Geshrix is going to be trying to make his way over towards main, but there's not really anything else that he can use. We do have a window over here, trying to bait it out. Very nice patience there from Geshrix. Not vaulting straight away, just seeing whether or not Weary will do a quick cheeky little double back, but we don't have anything else to work around here on main, and that will be the down onto Geshrix. The generator in the background getting popped, so I dare say these survivors are going straight to those gates and will be opening them. I mean,
they're gonna get Geshrix off the hook here. They have to. Come on, you know, get him out of the game. I mean, they've already met WinCon, so they can go for it, or they can just take the outs and get, you know, 6 stages. That's pretty good result. But you know, Weary wants more. He wants to try and find someone else, find another fresh, try and get, you know, maybe 9 stages or, you know, 7 or 8. But we do see the unhook coming through onto Geshrix, so they are playing to get Geshrix out of the game here, and we see the will make it reset onto Geshrix. That is such a fast reset. We'll make it is so broken, bro. But we are going to be all fully reset, and none of these gates have been touched yet. I think maybe this one has been touched maybe just a little bit, but I wasn't really paying attention, if I'm being perfectly honest, on the gates. But we see Thomas is kind of lurking around for to be ready for this. And we do locate Geshrix in the background here. This is our Deathhook survivor, so probably not the person we'll be going for. Get on the door, guys! Come on! Or maybe place a hatch. No, but it's... Oh, we do see Ooh, we see Ivy coming in, trying to protect the
Oh,
president.
but we spot the door.
We spot the door
Oh, it's
opening,
open.
but it's too late. It's open, and maybe Ivy can get out so that Gesrix can get hatched, but I don't think that's going to be happening. Ivy trying for his life to get Gesrix out. Gesrix is like, just leave me, guys. It's fine. Please. It's fine.
That's exactly what the comms sound like too.
Yeah.
We know. We're in
We
there.
know. I'm in their walls. I know what's happening. But
Yeah, I mean,
we are just gonna be playing waiting game here now.
yeah, it's kind of like, can we get Gestrix, or will Gestrix be getting the hatch, or will Gestrix make it to
No!
the door? But unfortunately, Gestrix gets clapped, and we'll be taking that backflip and going down. And now we're gonna try and get Ivy here. Ivy has not much to work with. Oh, the other door is getting open as well. We have both doors open here too, and we see the.
Crawl to hatch, Gestrix! Crawl to hatch!
Crawl. Nah, surely he has unbreakable, and we're just buying time right now. Ivy knows. Ivy knows.
Oh,
Wait.
he does!
Leave!
I don't think he makes
I
it.
don't think he makes it. Damn, if only we had the tenacity unbreak, that would have been a little crazy, you know? Cheeky little crawl out into the hatch. But, yeah, regardless, guys, that is the win for Adolescents. We will be moving on to the next set, which is Ghoul on Wretched Shop, as Maya said earlier. Welcome back, guys, to our Adolescents versus Forsaken series. We just watched. Whoa, my brain just stopped for a second there. We just watched Adolescents take the W on the Blight set, which was their pick. So, you know, we're moving on to the next set, which is our Ghoul on the Wretched Shop, which is Forsaken's pick. And we will be seeing Boosted take up the mantle of the Ghoul. Now, we have seen this guy play Ghoul, and he has been playing Ghoul, you know, Loki religiously. I've seen, you know, apparently he's very, very good at this killer. Knows the mechanics of the dashes or the lunges. I honestly, whatever you want to call it, whatever floats your boat, I'm going to be calling them dashes because that's what they are to me. We're going to try and find a survivor here. We don't have Corrupt, which is a little interesting to me, but that also makes sense because we can get around the map a lot faster than your average killer, and that's why he's such, you know, such a high tier
Did we
killer.
not just see him there? Sorry.
I didn't see a single thing. I was okay, flapping my hands around while I was talking, and we did see someone there though. Booster trying to get a nice little lungy tag onto him, and it's not happening. We catch out. No score here, who does like to play baby survivor until death hook and then you know, have the killer chase them for 5 generators. And we're gonna be leaving that chase onto no score, as we did go into the shack and trying to get a nice little tag onto Ivy here, but it's not happening. Ivy doing a very good job of kind of avoiding the, and we do get the bite here onto Ivy, and that means Boosted has an extra dash. If you did not know that, Maya, once you get bitten, you have an extra dash on your tails. So as I say that, committing to this chase onto Ivy, but you wow, I'm trying to say too many things at once, and my brain's just getting cooked. And also, from previous times I've ever casted a Ghoul, it's very fast paced, so I got to try and keep up. And my brain's like, you got to say all this. And as I say that, we find Thomas, and we get another tag on Thomas. So this is the good thing about Ghoul. You can kind of go across map, leave a survivor, and get quick tags. But you can't down a survivor with your power. You can only Loki catch up to them. Other than that, you're Loki just an M1 killer. That's why he's not exactly S tier. He's the A tier killer. So he's one below, but he's still a very strong killer. And as I say, we got the down finally on to Thomas. So we just see Ivy getting reset in the background. We did have a bit of progress on these generators. We do have pain rest to work with. So we will be taking that hook. That is not a pain res hook, so we won't be using our pain reses just yet, but we will be going across the map to try and find another survivor or another generator, see what generators they are working with. Did see that main generator have a lot of progress, so we do have some good motor pumping at the moment. Boosted might go check out what's going on in main, have a little suss, see if we can get a tag onto someone with our bite, but not happening. We're not getting a munch just yet. We do see, I think that was Gestrix there. I honestly cannot tell. No, actually might be no scope. I think I heard a little Dwight grunt, and as I say that, just making it through that not just making it through that window. I think that's a little ping coming. Who I lied. It was Getchix. Getchix taking that hit there. Gonna be trying to play around this Philitile. Like I said, we're low-key just an M1 killer now. Going back, psych. We're gonna try use all 3 of our dashes to get back. Look, I think we got stuck a little bit on those trees. Just not quite able to make it all the way down to the bottom side. But we did spot Thomas regardless, so we'll be committing to this chase onto Thomas. As you know, we want to tunnel out a survivor. We don't really want to be playing around barbecue and chili because we don't even have that perk on. And as I say that, ooh, Thomas will be taking that down. I think Ivy was going to come in for a hit take. Like, you're going to be taking a hit after the down. Not really what you want, but regardless, doing it anyway. Unfortunately, getting that hit. Ooh, swinging through the pallet, but Ivy not standing there. We're just going to be holding W to Shaq. I think Shaq was already used, so we don't really have much to work with here. Booster trying to do some crazy flickety spins on with the dashes and some mind gaming around Shaq, while Thomas is just on the ground, just recovering. Maybe someone will wrap and go for the pickup. We do see the reset happening onto Getchix, so we know the pickup's not happening onto Thomas. And we finally get that down onto Ivy. Will we be going back to we'll be going back to Thomas to try and find our tunnel. That we do find the tunnel and no one has come in for the pickup, unfortunately. Just trying to low-key crawl away, try and get as far away from possible as the chase. And considering the fact we did not use our pain res before, we'll be using it now, but I think it's like useless now because we've already popped 2 generators and I don't think there was much more gens getting worked on. Yeah, see, as we see, we were hooked on a pain res and pain res didn't get used. So there's no generators in progress right now, which is fine. Because now we still have that generator in the pain res in the background to be used, and then we just see Ivy get collapsed through the pallet. That's where the ping comes in with these very disgusting killers that can kind of have that map mobility to get across the map. And we see Thomas just holding W. Bro's gone. He doesn't want anything of it. And now Boosted is just going to be trying to play for these injured survivors, get a couple of downs here, get the momentum on his side rather than the survivors having any momentum or playing super aggressive. And I kind of like this playstyle.
Yeah, no, I agree. The playstyle is, I mean, this is kind of similar across all ghoul sets that we see. You got to play really aggressive, get those tags, and eventually get that tunnel out. But I mean, this killer with these mechanics does allow you to play really aggressive. And yeah, I think the last time we casted the ghoul set as well, this was on Blood Lodge as well. So this is on Retro Shop. So it's something I just didn't realize until we loaded in. But we do see No Score coming in for a hit take onto Ivy here. I guess they just want to get Ivy out of this side of the map because we do see the generators are kind of clumped at this side of the map, but we do get the down onto Ivy and we do get the hook, and haven't used the pain res stacked yet, which, I mean, it's not terrible because I don't have a lot of gen pressure happening right now, so Brucey can just use that, like those pain res stacks for later. We do get the reset off in the background too, so these survivors are doing a pretty good job considering they're getting the resets happening. They got the tunnel out safely, the FTP, they've popped 2 gens, so they're not in a terrible spot right now. And I think Boosted needs to start, getting these. We do find the tunnel out, which is actually insane. So if Boosted can get this, down as fast as possible and get him out of the game, they'll be in a very, very strong position. We do get the tag through the wall. This killer is, I've said it before and I'll say it again, this killer is absolutely ridiculous, and I just, yeah, like, it's just insane. I can just hit you through walls like that. But Thomas going to be greeting this pallet a little bit. Oh no, my bad, he does drop it, but I think this is going to eventually turn into a down, and I think there is a mechanic where you can just like vault that pallet like that and still make the down, but no, he does actually get around the pallet one more time, and he does have another one over here, so he has a lot of resources to work with at the side of the map, considering everything at the other side has been used. But we do have a hill here and maybe a Z-wall with a pallet, because Wretched Shop and Waterhaven just spawns with edge map pallets. But no, we're going to be going down, unfortunately. Nothing much else we can really do there. I mean, that was a really good run for Thomas, and it is going to be finally a pain res for Boosted, so that's actually really good for Boosted. And now he can kind of, we have a lot of progress on this gen as well. And he does have Ruin? I think he has Ruin as well. Yeah, he does have Ruin. So that's going to hurt a lot for the survivors if they don't find that totem, because that is just free gen progression for Boosted to have.
Birthday.
Happy birthday.
Sorry.
But we get the down onto No Score. And that is going to be another freshie for Boosted on the board. We see a gen almost being done, but I don't know if they can pop it in time before Booster kind of gets it. No, they do. So that is that's really good for Adolescents. They do have that 3-gen kind of broken. There was a 3-gen at the start of the map, so now Booster can kind of commit to Ghostrix here. Knowing that Ivy is the only one that can really go for this unhook, but no, we're just going to be going for a tag and leaving and checking out other gens, or potentially looking for Ivy, who might be coming in for the unhook. And we find Ivy, as I say it, pre-leaving this gen, but we are going to be found, and that's no score getting off the hook too, with second wind in the back pocket too, so that's going to come in handy. But I think with like this killer, you just get tags. It's like Legion, like you just get tags left, right, and center. It gets to a point where it's not really worth resetting because you can just get tags so easily. But there's just like a lot of zooming around happening. My gosh, it's just like, as you said, Fizz, like I'm trying to like say things as well, but then like he's on the other side of the map and
You're drifting, bro.
Oh, just Tokyo drifting everywhere, just getting his tags and downs.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing about this killer. Even though you can't download your ability, you still have the mobility to get to and from across the map, and that's where Ruin really comes into play here. You see these survivors just having to jump off the generators, otherwise they're going to be going down, and we just slide into the down onto Ghostrix, and that's going to be the pickup, and a nice juicy little pain res here. Now, I don't know if you noticed before, Maya, but where I think it was Thomas went down on no score, they were dying in a spot where there was no pain res for Booster to get to, so that allowed them to get one of those generators down the bot side popped. I just wanted to take a little note on that because I was like, oh, they've kind of worked out that if they die over here, Booster can't really make a pain res. So that was very good macro gameplay for these survivors, but they do have a decent split here. You know, we've got the generator over towards 1. We also have a no score over towards 1 getting tagged. This might be a very fast down. It could spell problems for team over here. Trying to do a juicy little, whoa, did we just speed up? What was that interaction? But anyway, we do get the tag, but no score playing for their life around this pallet boost, having to break it, but we don't have much more else to work with, and Boost is just going to be catching up in 2 seconds, and I dare say this is going to be the down. Do we get the M1? No, we don't get the tag, but Boost is just going to zip around this corner and kind of just sliding off these walls, and no score has to play around this garbage truck not being the best tile in the game, but we do make it over towards this tile at 4, but we don't have much more to work with. There's a window there, but we don't quite make the window. Unfortunate. I mean, it's just, that's the best chase that you're gonna give, and you know, you're just gonna last as long as you can so your team can get some more generators done. But Boost is playing so aggressive that these guys can't even sit on the gen, and with that ruin, it's just any progress that they do get, it's just going down the drain anyway. And so even if Ivy has to go and pick up no score off the floor, that generator is going to be regressing anyway. So basically that's free regression if he plays like this, which I'm a really big fan of. So sorry, I'm getting a phone call.
Yeah, you go get that phone call, Fizz. I can take it from here, princess. We do find no score a bit out of position here, and we get the down. So we do get the pick up onto Ghostrix here. But these survivors are just, Adolescents are just falling behind a lot here, with Ruin still in the game and active, and Bruce is still having access to these pain reses. He has another pain res here, and that gen we can see getting hit as well. So this is really rough for the side of Adolescents. These gens are just, you know, just getting chewed away slowly by Ruin and pain res and eruption as well. And we see that, you know, a perk that we haven't really touched on, Fizz, is Surveillance Boosted is using. So I believe Surveillance is when you kick a gen, and I think it's like if a survivor gets on it, you know, it just turns yellow or white, I think it is. And that will just let Booster know that that gen has been worked on. So that allows Booster to kind of, you know, keep track of what gens have been done, where the survivors are, so he can just kind of play as aggressive as he has been. So we do get that, you know, extra hook onto Ivy here, and he knows his gen has been worked on over at 7 here in this corner, so he's going to go check that, but these guys have just already pre-left that, so gonna try and find anyone kind of a bit out of position here, maybe rotating for the save onto Ivy here, but these guys are doing pretty good at stealthing this out, so this is very, very rough for Adolescents. We do see no score coming in for the unhook onto Ivy, and honestly Booster can just go back and get the tunnel out onto Onto Ivy here, or even no score. They're both death hooks, so any option is good. But Boosted actually going to be leaving this, which is a very interesting choice. I mean, you had no score in the palm of your hands there, ready to die. But no, we're going to be checking our gens. You know, Boosted wants to play for this 4K too, it looks like Fizz. I mean, we find Gestrix here, who is our last Pain Res hook, I believe. But Gestrix, doing a little bit of a whoop-de-whoop-de. Kind of juicing over the pallet there. Very nicely played from Gestrix here, and does allow him to get away from this generator so that they can rotate onto it. I think at this point, you can't really be afford to be resetting here. We see this gen worked on at 1, but it's only about 50% worked on, and Boost are going to be taking this Pain Res. No, it's not our last Pain Res. It must be Ivy or No School. He's our last Pain Res. But Boosted in a really good spot right now. It doesn't really matter who he goes for at this point. Everyone is death hook now. So if he get another tunnel out of the game, that'd be massive for him. This is definitely looking like 4K territory, like, you know, 4K2 or even 4K1 if they can manage to get another gen done. But just with how fast Boosted, I mean, this killer in general can move around the map on Wretched. You know, Wretched's not a massive map. It's pretty small. You can get from one end to the other in like 3 seconds or something. And with Ruin still up in play, it's going to be so hard to get this extra gen popped.
Yeah, I mean, Boost is sliding off these tiles too, just flying through the map, and you can tell he's just got good mechanics on this killer. You know, he's played a lot, and that's exactly why they picked it. I don't know why these guys did not ban it. I would 100% ban this killer against these guys. I ain't playing against this killer, ain't no way. But who knows? Maybe they also have a good ghoul killer, so could be a bit of a 50-50 here, and we do chase onto. Oh, psych! We're actually gonna be taking it onto Gestrix and yoinking him through that window. And that's going to be death. Yoink! Yoink! I'll be taking that, and that's going to be the death onto Gestrix, and more than likely going to be the death onto Ivy any second now. Hopefully no score. Ooh! Dead from Ivy. Very well played there. I don't think Boosted was really ready for that. We do see the Vault come through onto that window. Just trying to play around these T-Nils as long as possible. Maybe no score is going to be getting that generator in the background popped. We got to get that generator in the background popped. And Ivy's just absolutely juicing right now, just playing for their life, exactly what you want. And we do see that gen in the background popped, so it's not going to be a 4K2, it is a 4K1, much more playable result. But regardless, still chasing Ivy here around the TNLs, and Ivy just playing out of their absolute mind. And that is finally going to be the down onto Ivy. Give that guy the MVP. Absolutely delicious there. The perfect chase. That's the type of chase that you wanted to get the, you know, the last little bit of a result that you can, with there only being, you know, one survivor left on the board now, which is No Score. As we did see earlier, No Score likes to play as a baby survivor until their death hook, so they could possibly get a really juicy last chase here too. Unfortunately, there will be the hatch getting closed at Shaq, and with the mobility that old mate this guy has, I mean, I dare say Bruce is going to be able to watch these doors very, very easily. We do see that No Score is set up over towards 9 where this gate is, but unfortunately I don't think it's really going to be enough for No Score. We do have a bit of junk in the way to kind of stop Bruce's vision, but look at the way this guy can move. It doesn't matter. Even if you go touch the door, it's just GG's. No Score, I think you should just go to Shaq. Maybe do a little 1v1 with old mate Bruce and just get it over with, because I don't think you're getting out of here, mate. If you do manage to get out of here, then I guess I owe you $5 or some shit. So let's see what No Score has planned, I guess.
I mean, I don't think there's much really No Score can do here. It looks like he's just kind of looking like a lost little puppy. Surely right now. I think he's kind of
the ruin in the garbage truck.
Just for aura.
Just for aura, yeah.
Yeah. Aura yeah, he's looking at it. Do it, No Score. Get on the totem. Get on the totem.
No. He wants it. He wants it so badly.
The way he was looking at it too. That was so good.
This guy's in my brain. Does he have a key? Oh, he's got some keys on his pants, but unfortunately can't use those keys because they are just for aesthetic interaction of the game or aesthetic look. It's just a cosmetic, alright? That's what I'm trying to say. And yeah, we do see No Score on the door, but it's just, it doesn't matter. Like I said, Boosted has the mobility to get to door, and they were in a pretty terrible spot for No Score to even play around. But regardless, they got to the 4K1. It was looking like a 4K2. I will say, that's a pretty good result, a pretty good comeback result for these Adolescents, considering how aggressive Boosted was playing. So I do want to see how well Adolescents will play it on their killer side. We will be taking a quick, little intermission while we get that set up for you, and we'll see you guys there.
All right, welcome back everyone to Forsaken versus Adolescents. We just saw Boosted take away what was almost a 4K2, but was a 4K1 for on the Ghoul set. So that's a pretty impressive result if you ask me. This was their pick, so and I've heard that Boosted has been kind of grinding the Ghoul, and we definitely saw that because he was absolutely crazy. So we are going to be seeing what Geztrix, our friend Geztrix here, can do on the Ghoul. I've never seen him play Ghoul before, but it's Geztrix. I mean, he's just the GOAT. I mean, I don't know. I think he might have some tricks up his sleeve that we don't know about. We do find our first survivor, who is December. I'm going to be taking just a standard M1, and Geztrix going to be getting that little yummy tag onto December here. I don't know what else you would call that. So now he's in his frenzy mode. I think I don't know how many bites do you need to get into the. Oh no, it's only one. Just one. Okay.
Then you get 3 dashes after that.
Yes. But going to be getting that tag on December, and we find Zeki here. Going to be trying to go for a tag on here, and we do. Very unlucky, but this is sort of a similar start that we saw with Boosted. It's just like, start of the game is very aggressive play style. He's going for tags and just trying to, get as many tags as possible and around. And we find Boosted here trying to work on this main generator, but going to be getting to tag for it and going to be trying to get away. But no, Geztrix is going for it. Geztrix is trying to get this down as well, which would be a really good start if he can get it, but he doesn't quite. Oh, he gets yoinked over the pallet, and that's going to be a pain res next to Zeki on the ground. Unlucky.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very short chases and a lot of tags, and I dare say that's going to be the down onto December as well. I mean, Geztrix just good at everything, I guess. This guy just knows how to play every killer, I swear. And that's the type of play low-key you want on your team, a guy that can just take the mantle on any killer that you want to play, or that your enemies want to play, that the people you're going against want to play. We've got a hook onto Boosted. Zeki jumping into the locker to get grabbed. We've got it down. It's just old mate Weary by himself, having to play pickup, having to play the ambulance, coming around, unhooking everyone, maybe going for pickups. December getting hooked as well. We know that Boosted and Wary are towards that one side of the map somewhere. We are so high tempo right now for Geztrix. It's going very well for him, and we smell Boosted in that edge map. I think we might have heard a bit of grunts and moans there. I'm not sure how Geztrix saw that. I definitely didn't see it, considering the fact this. He might have better eyes than me. Need to get my eyes checked, but it's just back and forth right now. Hook to tag to down to. Oh, these guys just don't have any time to even sit on a generator. Are we looking at a 4K5 here? Ain't no way.
It could very well be if Geztrix keeps up this tempo and how he's playing. It definitely could turn into that. These guys haven't even had a chance to breathe or sit on the gen. I don't even think they can reset at this point. As we're going to be back to the hook, just let him die on the hook. Get those gens pumping. They just need to pop all the gens to get the win con, but we're going to be waiting out this BT onto Boosted here. And is this going to be a death? I mean, Boosted just needs to play for his absolute life here. Like, he's like, money's on the line. You need to just play this chase for as long as possible. We've got no gen pressure at all. I don't think we have got the Ruin Cleanse, which is kind of big, but I mean, like, look at this. We've got 4 stages already, and the gen hasn't even popped, and we've almost got someone out of the game. And Geztrix going to be just playing this 50-50, but it's and a dead. I forgot the dead eye was allowed on this perk. Wow, Boosted going crazy. Maybe this is the chase we need. Maybe this is exactly what we need, Fizz, for them to bring it back. But we're kind of chewing away at the resources at the side of the map. We've got the first gen popped, and that's going to be 1 gen done, and another pallet down. Champions of Light coming in, and that's gonna hinder Gedstrix a little bit, but I don't think Boosted has much to really work with over here unless he has another, edge map filler. But no, we are going to be going down, and that's gonna be the death. And these guys just need to crank these motors. Oh, we already have another gen almost done. And we are allowed a medkit. I did not know that. We can heal ourselves, but not that I don't think it really matters because, Ghoul is just tags left, right, and center. But maybe have someone healthy to go for those unhooks safely and play on those more risky gens, I guess. But we see this gen almost getting completed, but not quite. Gezrik's going to be kicking that with Eruption, and we do still have Wretched Fate up too, so I believe that's going to be very impactful for December here. In the Obsession, that gen pressure is going to be just very, very minimal. And we do find him as well, so we're going to be continuing this chase on December. Finally, we make our way to the side of the map. I feel like all of the activity has been happening at the top side of the map for this entire set, but we do finally make it down to the bot side. We have all these resources to work with, so these chases just need to kind of last as long as possible, but no. Gestrix is just playing absolutely crazy, whipping out the Ghoul. Like, I didn't even know he played, like, as you said before, Fizz, I think Gestrix can just do anything, We see that other gen pop. We do get another Pain Res, and I think that would have hit that gen in mid that was being worked on, but considering the start that Forsaken they had, popping 2 gens is, pretty good effort. Weary getting caught out here, that's really lucky right next to the hook as well, Fizz. So this is really casting some problems for Forsaken.
Yeah, big problems. I mean, Zeki's got to do something. You can't really sit on the gen and do the gen because then Gezrix knows where you are. You can't really go for the pickup because bro's right next to the hook. Gezrix can just literally sit back, feet on the desk, and do nothing here because, they have to get a 4K0 for the win as survivors, and Gezrix only needs a 4K2, which is very, very doable in the situation that he is right now. And he's just doing that. He's just going to be camping out December. He knows exactly where Zeki is. We do get that mid-generator done, which is relatively... It's so close. Oh, look at that. Zeki's like, come on, I want to go for a little bit of a chase too. Let me show you how it's done. But Geshrix doesn't want any of it. Wants to confirm that absolute win. We see Zeki go towards main. And then we're just gonna be picking up Weary anyway and chuck him on a hook if we can find him. I don't even know if we're gonna be able to find him. He might have crawled away somewhere, but do see December finally taking the death, and not sure what is happening on my screen with this killer, but why the tentacles thrusting around like that. Anyway, picking up Weary, gotta be taking him to a hook.
Those tentacles are looking more curious.
Yeah, his tentacles are looking quite curious now, aren't they? But yes, we're gonna be taking that hook. Now we have to go find Zeki. Oh, this generally actually does have quite a bit of progress, but I mean, if we're hiding back here, you're gonna get found. And I'm speaking from experience. Every time I hide back here, I get found. So I dare say my guy's gonna kick this and just walk straight behind here and find Zeki, and that's exactly what happens. Just getting found in our little back room corner. Wait, how did that not do the yum tag? I don't understand this killer at all. But regardless, taking our last chase onto Zeki. I mean, they did a fair good effort to try and even make the Tycon here. Get a nice little tag there. Not quite winning that 50-50. It is a little bit hard on ping with these shitty pellets. It just is what it is. The game's the game, And we do get that very fast catch up. Can Zeki make it to this pallet? I don't think she even makes it to the pallet. And that's just going to be the down through the pallet anyway. You got to be hitting your fist on the desk for that one,
I mean, yeah, that's just really unfortunate for Forsaken, and remember Fizz and Boosted's Ghoul, it was definitely looking like a 4K2, but that last chase from Ivy just clutched him up to get that last gen done, and if Boosted did get that 4K2, this could have been a tie, and we'd have been seeing a Dark Lord set, but, that didn't happen, but, it was just, yeah, this Forsaken looking pretty rough on the Survivor side to set, considering it was their pick. It was kind of a bit all over the shop everywhere. Everyone was just kind of everywhere, and there was a lot of fumbling happening, and it just really cost them the game, I think. And I think if they had a much better start, they would have been able to pull it out of the bag. But, Adolescents, Geztrix, just absolutely crazy. You don't want to mess with them. They're absolutely correct. So, Adolescents do take that, do take the win, clean 2-0. So very well done to Adolescents. Very good performance. I always love watching Gestrix and Ivy and Thomas and all that play. It's absolutely great to see. They're very, very good players. So,
Yeah,
yeah, there was some good games to watch. The Blight set was good too. You know, there was some glimmers of hope for Forsaken in some parts as well. Boosted's, goal set was pretty crazy too.
yeah,
That was
absolutely. I
also,
mean, he
yeah.
he you can tell how insane he was on the killer, and it's just unfortunate that like sometimes you just get caught out as survivors. They were all in the one area. Guess was just getting down to down, just not really having any resources for those guys to work around, which was very unfortunate for those guys. So that's the end of tonight. There was only one game, so we're going to be ending. Thank you so much for having us, Maya. Did you have anything to touch on before we adios amigos?
No, mate, it's kind of all from me. Good games, GGs. Thank you for casting with me, Fizz.
Oh,
That was very fun. Always a pleasure casting with you. And yeah, guys, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on Twitch as well. Join the Discord as well if you want to get into the comp scene. Start a team, do some scrims, do some 1v1s. Come on in,
hey, don't
learn
forget the
from
Twitter
learn
either.
from the
We might see
goats.
some cheeky little clips on the Twitter. Just follow us, and you'll have a good time. I promise. But that's it for us, and we'll catch you in the next one.